Speeding at night isn't unusual, but when a driver blows past an officer twice at nearly double the limit, it's not just bad luck, it's bad decision-making. That's exactly what happened when a gold Chevrolet Malibu caught the attention of a trooper in Georgia. Clocked at 55 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour zone and then again at 62, the driver had already pushed his luck. But when blue lights flashed behind him, he made his choice clear.
Through the parking lot, almost call it.
The car immediately caught fire, but responding officers managed to put it out. Inside, the driver, Rashamel Howard, was barely moving, but still breathing. Once pulled from the wreckage, the situation only got worse for him. No license, the smell of alcohol on his breath, and a handgun discovered near the crash, all adding to the charges stacking against him. And as if that wasn't enough, a quick records check revealed he was a convicted felon with multiple prior offenses, including burglary. He tried every reckless move to shake GSP, but in the end, one precise pit maneuver did what his driving couldn't, brought the chase and his freedom to a violent stop. If there's one thing the Georgia State Patrol is known for, it's making sure high-speed chases don't last long. But that didn't stop a group of drivers on I-75 from trying their luck. It was past midnight when troopers spotted a pack of sports cars flying down the interstate at over 100 miles per hour. Right in the middle, a white Dodge Charger stood out, not just because of its speed, but because two passengers were hanging halfway out of the windows, filming the chaos on their phones. When the group hit a red light, troopers were right behind them. For a moment, it looked like the perfect chance to shut things down. But the driver of the Charger had other plans.
1050, just hit main contact. We're back southbound, coming up on West Paces. It's a white Challenger. They're hanging out of the car filming. We're getting back on northbound.
The Charger lost control and veered off the road, crashing deep into the tree line. Inside the wreckage, officers found 3 passengers, 2 injured and 1 with a lot of explaining to do. The car's owner, a young woman, insisted she didn't even know who was driving. That story didn't last long. Her phone, social media posts, and even GPS data all pointed to the same person, her boyfriend, Bobby Andre Harrell, who had already slipped away on foot. But with the amount of evidence left behind, it's only a matter of time before he runs out of places to hide. Because one thing's for sure, GSP doesn't lose track of unfinished business.
We just ran the red light at Camden Creek.
When you're driving a stolen truck, blending in is probably the best strategy. But for Ricky Eugene Lloyd, subtlety wasn't part of the plan. Troopers in Gwinnett County spotted the red Toyota Tundra after it had already been flagged as stolen. But before they could even attempt to stop, Lloyd made sure to get their attention. He darted into a no-passing zone, cutting off another car, and from that moment, any chance of slipping away quietly was gone.
He just ran another red light. We're coming up on Wildcat Lake Drive.
He is 1080, 1080.
10-4, unit 10-10, 4 dispatch 1080, I will connect to you in a 99 vehicle.
Come on, Nate, you got this?
Alright, Gwinnett, you need to advise to the Larsville, heading toward Larsville. He's been 1080 for about a minute and a half.
10-4 clear.
Going through the red light at Russell Road.
Hey, look, I'm coming on point.
Come on, stick with it. There you go. We're driving in the center lane, still on Collins Hill, coming up on Crystal River Drive.
Still on the loose highway. I'm coming to y'all.
We're going through the second roundabout. We're staying straight on the roundabout.
Alright, 407, just drive. Let me call it. If you get a chance to pin him, put him, spin him out. We gotta stop this. They're coming into a lot of traffic.
10-4, I'm coming up on him. I'm about to, no, never mind. Alright, now I'm coming up on him, about to pit. Come on, baby.
Get him there.
Just drive, worry about the vehicle, drive.
Alright, get fire route, get Hartsville route.
Just drive, worry about the vehicle, drive.
Cameras are rolling, audio is being...
With a busy intersection fast approaching, troopers had to make a call. They couldn't let him push his luck any further. That's when the pit maneuver came into play. But just as the truck lost control, it crashed directly into a Lawrenceville police cruiser rushing in to assist. And in seconds, the chase turned into a pileup, with the stolen truck now resting on its side, completely disabled. Lloyd was pulled from the wreckage and taken into custody, facing charges for felony fleeing and theft by receiving.
Clear left, clear right.
GSP troopers are no strangers to high-speed chases, but even they had their hands full when a black Mercedes-Benz came flying down the highway at 125 miles per hour. The driver, later identified as Omid Sheikh Sajadieh, had already caught the attention of Atlanta police, but instead of slowing down, he pushed the car even harder. A GSP trooper stationed near Lenox Road spotted the vehicle flying past and immediately jumped into action. The pursuit was on, and from the way this driver was moving, it was clear he had no plans of pulling over.
Still got nobody with me. Still southbound. We're gonna be coming up on Buford in a few minutes. So I got beef with me up there. Wrong side of the road. Road sparks everywhere.
Yeah, where's that one? Where's that one?
587 Atlanta. Still south. Still sparks everywhere. Wrong side of the road. Coming up to Buford now. Clear left.
You did go 85 north?
85 northbound. I need the air police, pit maneuver, pit, northbound. He's getting back in it. He's trying to get back in it. Coming up to North Druid Hills. Coming in for another pit. I got a vehicle on the way. I believe 786 trying to set up for another pit. We're taking the exit for North Druid Hills.
Did y'all exit on Druid?
Exit, we're southbound North Druid Hills. 786 take him. I believe he's setting up for a pit. .1050, we're trying to block him in right now. We got him up on the curve. Want to go quick?
Troopers blocked every possible escape route. Even then, Sajadieh refused to cooperate, keeping his hands hidden and ignoring commands. Officers shattered the window and used a taser, twice, before he finally surrendered. The reason for his reckless escape became obvious. He reeked of alcohol and slurred his words. When asked how much he had been drinking, his response was a casual not too much. Now he's facing DUI, felony fleeing, and a long road through the legal system. Stealing a truck is one thing. Trying to outrun the entire police force in broad daylight is another. That's exactly what happened when Savannah police spotted a stolen Dodge Ram and called in for backup. At first, it seemed like they were just trailing the suspect, but that changed the moment he made a reckless move, swerving into oncoming traffic and forcing another driver off the road. And that wasn't just desperation. It was full-blown disregard for everyone else on the street. At that point, it was no longer about recovering a stolen vehicle. It was about stopping someone who was becoming a danger to everyone around him.
We occupied some time. on the 155. He's all over the road, trying to set up the pit again. Trying to pit a second time, like I said. Try to pit a third time, fix the second. Roll on. Try to pit a third time, fix the second. Roll over, roll over. 1050, 1050. Get out the ground! Get on the ground! Everybody, get out the car! Get out!
The driver, Quadramel T. Williams, crawled out of the wreckage and surrendered without a fight, while his 2 passengers were pulled from the truck and taken to the hospital. Despite his bloodshot eyes and delayed responses, he refused to answer questions about drug or alcohol use, shutting down any further interrogation. But at that point, it hardly mattered, because his night ended exactly where it was always heading, in the back of a patrol car en route to jail. When troopers spotted a familiar vehicle on the road, they already knew trouble was ahead. A quick database check revealed the registered owner had a felony warrant, which meant pulling the driver over was a priority. At first, it seemed like he might comply. He slowed down, rolled through a few stop signs, but then came his answer. Instead of stopping, he swerved around another car, hit the gas, and launched into a chase that was bound to go downhill fast.
3134, we're going to do not stopping. Westbound Ansley, Emily. Was going to stop. Westbound Park.
34, I got the call here. We're going to be approaching G.
Approaching James.
He gets under 40 minutes.
3140, so we're about to catch up. We have 3 cars in again. You can see the 3rd. We're going to be through Cherry approaching Janesville. What do you have for speeds?
Slowing down, getting ready to go right on James.
Well, we're 7 to get through Genesee. We're eastbound 3rd, 4th, 50. No traffic.
Check him at the corner. At the goddamn corner right there.
Still eastbound 10th, 11th. Looks like there's a train up ahead 34. Looks like there's a train up ahead 34. Coming to the tracks. I don't know if you got room to stop. Going to be southbound if anything.
And he's going to lose it.
Crash. Medical.
Copy, very medical.
Get back in, man. Get back in.
Stop, man! Stop! Get out!
A quick takedown ended the chase, and a search of his car explained everything. Crack cocaine, a loaded pistol, and a stash of hydrocodone. It was clear he wasn't just running from a warrant. He thought he could outrun his past mistakes, but instead, he drove straight into a whole new list of charges, ones that no amount of running could ever fix. A routine road check usually means a quick stop and a few questions before you're on your way. But for one driver in Georgia, it became the start of a reckless escape. As officers flagged down vehicles along GA 96, a black Hyundai Elantra approached, but stopped too soon. A trooper motioned for the driver to pull forward, but she hesitated again. Something felt off. When she finally rolled past with her window barely down, the trooper called out for her to stop. Instead, she made a split-second decision, hitting the gas and speeding off.
Put it again, man. Put it again. Put it again.
Hello, copy, no, sir.
I got 236.
Show me your hand! Get out of the car!
It turned out she had no license, no insurance, and admitted to smoking marijuana just 30 minutes before the chase. A blood test later confirmed it. What started as a nervous moment at a checkpoint turned into a dangerous pursuit and multiple charges. And for all that effort to avoid trouble, she ended up with far more than just a traffic violation. Speeding tickets usually end with a fine and a bad day, but for one driver in Georgia, it turned into a full-blown police chase. It started when officers clocked a white Toyota Corolla going 98 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour zone. That alone was enough for a traffic stop, but when troopers tried to pull him over, he made a very bad choice. Before officers could reach him, the driver jumped out and bolted into the trees, hoping to disappear before backup arrived. His luck ran out fast. Over an hour later, officers found him hiding on the back porch of a nearby house.
Last County Sheriff's Office, K9, you show me your hands! Get him! Get him! Get him, Kyle, get him! Get him! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Go ahead.
I'm not bucking on. Put your hands back on the check.
10-3.
I'm not bucking.
But the real problem wasn't where he ended up. It was what he left behind. A book bag he had tossed during the chase was packed with marijuana and a loaded firearm, and that was just the tip of the iceberg. Turns out, this wasn't some unlucky guy running from a ticket. He was already wanted for armed robbery, kidnapping, and a laundry list of other felonies. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed watching it, please like, subscribe, and watch this one.